Hi, I'm Mike Maddox with ASK. As a part of the Michigan Manufacturing Association's Cyber Threat Protection Program, ASK is proud to bring some educational material to manufacturers across the state of Michigan. In this episode, I'm going to talk about social media. Social media in this day and age is a critical part of business. It's something that can be a very powerful marketing tool. It can be a great gauge on your customers' interaction with your business, and it needs to be used, but it also needs to be managed. And I think businesses need to understand the risks associated with social media. First, let me state that social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all of the above, are hunting grounds for cyber hackers and bad guys. That's one of the first places they go to find information. Why? Because there's a ton of information on social media about the users and about the company. So they can find all kinds of ways of trying to get into your organization. It's important to also understand that your social media platform at your business has become your brand image, whether you know it or not. Potential clients, potential customers are going to look you up on social media before they do business with you. It's become what the website was originally. The website's still important, but social media gives them real-time feedback. What do other people think of your company? What are the users saying about your business? So it's critically important that you protect that brand image by protecting the social media platform. You need to have password protection on all your social media accounts. Critically important to do that. Don't ever allow shared logins. It's very tempting to do, but if you have 2 or 3 people that work in marketing or 2 or 3 people that manage your Facebook or your LinkedIn page, it's easy for them to share a password and ID because it's the administrator password and ID. That way they can both work on the page, make changes, make modifications. That's something we highly recommend you do not do, because once you start sharing passwords, it's easy for them to get leaked and to get out into the wrong hands and for your page to be compromised. We also highly recommend that you don't allow login permissions for applications. So for example, some websites will use Facebook or other social media accounts to allow you to log into their website or their application. We highly recommend that you don't do that, your users don't do that when they're using the web, and you don't allow your Facebook to do that as a setting. Also be aware of something called clickbait. Clickbait is a way of phishing on social media. So there's an embedded link, or there's a, hey, take a look at this video. If it's on social media, be highly suspect of the source. Make sure you know who the person is that posted it, that it's a highly trusted source. In a business setting, those kind of links are almost always a no-no to click on. You're much better off to open a browser, open it there, in a safer environment than to click on it in social media. We also recommend that you enable multi-factor authentication on your social media accounts. We did a training session on multi-factor authentication, but basically what that is having more than one way to authenticate you or to authenticate the person getting into the social media account. So you have an ID, a password, and another method of logging in. It might be a passcode that gets texted to your phone. It might be a fingerprint scan. It might be a key fob that goes into the side of the computer. They're one-time use access points, but it's a great way to protect your account base, your social media account base. Also, we recommend that you monitor your login history. A lot of people don't know that you can go in as an administrator into Facebook or LinkedIn, and you can look at who's logged in as an admin into your account and who's made changes to your account. Really important to do that. We've seen many companies have a Facebook page that's been compromised, and all kinds of things get posted on there. And because it's your brand image, it's what you're presenting to the public, you want to avoid that at all costs, obviously. Also, on social media, we recommend that you don't disclose any personal information. So if you're posting on the business social media site, even if you're posting on your own personal sites, be very cautious about putting highly personal information on there. Hackers are notorious for monitoring those accounts to look for information they can use. Even in personal cases, they'll look for people posting about their vacations so they can break into their homes. That's one example. In a business setting, if you put highly personal information in there, they know who works for you, they know who's in the office, things of that nature. You want to avoid that, because if they find somebody who's out of the office, they may use that as a launch pad to launch a phishing campaign. This person needs an invoice sent over here. Those kind of things they're notorious for. So we recommend you avoid that. And also, don't connect with people on social media if you don't know their true identity. So your users get LinkedIn requests. If you don't know the person, or you're not somewhat familiar with them, or they're not connected to a lot of people you're connected to, and there's a reason for them to reach out to you, it's best to avoid that connection. A lot of bad guys out there just trolling the internet, looking for connections. Those are some basic tips. Hopefully this has been informative for you and helpful. I'm Mike Maddox with ASK, and we'll have more training coming soon.